155 and 145. Where I feel like right now, welterweight is like the premier, like toughest division in mixed martial arts right now. Like you have Pratis, Ian Gary, you have
Shavkat.
Yeah, Shavkat hasn't been fighting. He's still injured.
Morales, we just spoke about.
Morales. I mean, Islam now. JDM's still there.
Just a second ago.
Yeah,
just a second ago. He was the up and coming new guy on the block, You
still got Bilal Muhammad. You got 170 is like, and they're talking afterwards that they want to give Kamaru Usman the title shot potentially next against Islam. The producer brought it up earlier today. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel Usman is a legend, right? I don't want to see Usman versus. If Usman beats Morales, I think he earns it. That's
if Usman wins any fight, he's got it. That's the thing.
No,
it's like he's got one against Buckley, but in my opinion, Buckley is he's the top 10 guy. He's not the name that gets you a title shot. And then you've got to consider, even though the Chimaev fight was close, his losses to Edwards do have to affect him with Edwards' current downfall as well. Like, you do get dragged, right? Yeah. You get dragged a bit. Like, oh, that's the guy who you lost to, and we've seen him do nothing but lose since. That's not good marketing for a title shot. And then on paper, to get my Anthony Smith on here, on paper, Usman's 1-3 in his last 4 fights. 1 win, 3 losses. Makhachev is at a point now where you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that fight. In my opinion, you mentioned, Pimlet getting a shot. That's why I don't want to see it. Even though Pimlet's coming off wins, you can't do that with Ilya right now. It's gimmicky. It's like, okay, they're big names and it sounds good to the casual fan base, but there's an order to be respected here. You got these welterweights at the moment. I think the next for Makhachev is Ilya. If Ilya wins a fight in January and then they fight at the White House, that is what's good because it gives time for welterweight right now. I made a video earlier, yesterday by the time this comes out, where I do every fight to make next. And my matchups were, let me know if you think I'm cooking with these.
Okay, good.
I want Islam Makhachev, Ilya Topuria.
Love it.
I want Jack Della Maddalena versus Sean Brady.
Ooh, I like that.
So he can prove himself in the grappling. I need to see it because that was too much of a loss. So I think that'll be fair. They're both coming off losses as well. Similar time. Both going to have similar time off. Then for the rest of the guys, I want Morales versus Rakhmonov.
Okay, I like that.
Both undefeated, both tall, big for the division, similar dangers for each other to encounter. I think that'd be something new for Morales to fight someone his frame and size. And Rakhmonov, he gets back in there, undefeated on undefeated. That could fight night main event out in the Middle East easily. Then Usman versus Pratis. That's the fucking matchup.
Why you gotta do that to Usman?
No, I think he's got a chance. with Edwards' grappling early, you don't think Usman could do a Buckley on him, mix in the grappling a bit better than Edwards did?
He could. Yeah, he could. I just don't want to, but I also know what could happen if he couldn't. And that's what I'm worried about. Yeah. That I don't want, when you get these guys who are a little bit older, and this is just me caring, right? If I didn't care, then I was like, oh yeah, do it. But I just cared that he can get hurt pretty bad there, I mean, he could do what he did to Buckley, but I also felt Buckley was still very, very young in his career. He's never felt that, where I think Carlos Pratis has felt that before. He's felt that stifleness before. You know what I mean? I think Ian Gary
losses,
Yeah, I think Ian Gary gave him that, and he's felt that. He goes, okay, I can't allow somebody to do that to me. He fights Neil. Waga sends him to the canvas. Fights, Leon Edwards almost did it to him. He's like, I felt this before, ain't gonna fucking happen. Got to that flow, knocked him out. I think he could potentially do the same thing to Kamaru Usman, even though Kamaru Usman is a different tier of skill set than Buckley and Leon Edwards and Neil. Not that Buckley and Carlos Pratis has fought, but I just feel that I think if they do that matchup, they got to be prepared for what's to come if Usman's not able to get that same type of technical, skill set, not skill set, but game plan he did against Buckley. That's all. But I love, that's some good cooking. You cooking good stuff over there, my friend.
But it could also be that's the 4 that I think. So
What about
I think
Shavkat?
JDM Brady is the matchup. I said Shavkat versus Morales.
Okay,
right?
okay. No, you said
so Shavkat Morales. Prates Usman.
Okay, you said his first name. Sorry, I don't know by his first name.
Okay, yeah, Rakhmonov versus Morales.
There you go.
And Usman versus Prates. But that could because they're all winners.
Mm-hmm.
They're all at the top, and that way you ensure that the person who gets a title shot's on a win streak.
Yeah.
You don't want to do JDM versus one of them because then if JDM wins, he's on a 1-fight win streak.
Yes.
Or if Brady wins against one of them, he's on a 1-fight win streak. And there's no entertainment. There's no hype for his title shot. And that kind of kills the division a bit. So I think that's what it should be. I've always wanted to see Belal versus Usman. So if Belal beats Ian Gary...
That needs to happen. Fuck all this, Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad. I know Kamaru Usman said, he's above him. Why am I looking behind me? But sometimes it's not bad to look behind you and like settle this, this ongoing beef between each other just to get it done. I like that. I think that's a safer path to a world title shot than taking on a guy like Carlos Prates. Like, I understand. I think the Carlos Prates fight is a way more dangerous fight. I don't know. I don't remember the last time Belal Muhammad has finished somebody. I don't know if he has in the UFC.
Sean Brady in it was barely a finish.
Did he finish him? Oh.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He did finish him, but it was so uncool looking that it was like almost like he didn't. Like he wobbled him for like 2 minutes straight.
Gotcha.
But I know what you mean. It's not like Bilal's going to run a wrestling clinic on Usman.
Yeah.
So it's an approachable matchup for him.
Yes.
They're going to get back and forth.
I think it's back and forth. It's a good matchup. And why not? Right? There's that beef there. They can finally drop that, that podcast where he slaps him and they fight and he's in tears. I like that. But the welterweight is starting to shape up to be a very, very intriguing division. Not that it wasn't before, but I feel like now it's starting to get to the point where it's like, man, the welterweight division is kind of like murder's row. Like, whoever you fight in the top 10, it's going to be a fucking fight.
Yeah, it is murder. See, you're speaking from a position of you care for Usman, but I'm speaking for a position of it's murderous row. Let's get the Unks murdered, dude. Let's get the murders going on, dude. Let's kill him. Let's get rid of him for the stars coming up. So that's what I'm thinking about. But let me get a new YouTube banner,
Yeah.
I want a fresh one.
You should do.
I want to...
you should do one Usman, one part Edwards,
yeah, just the sort of duality of the sport.
Yeah, and then the fire part, just leave a question mark of like, who's next? Who's the next Unk that's gonna be put up there for me?
Or Prates' face when Edwards had his back.
do Leon Edwards, Prates, and then Usman right there, and then have Prates have a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, though. It could be Usman versus Belal because of the beef. I wanted that in the first place. I was like, why are they giving this to Ian Gary?
Yeah.
Like, just the fucking producers roasting Belal in the chat over it. In his last 17 fights, Belal has 2 finishes. Just chucking in a little fun fact to rip on Belal there. Thanks for that one, man. But yeah, I think that Belal versus Ian Gary, it's going to happen. It's happening this weekend, which is good.
Yeah.
And I've got Ian Gary. I don't know. After what JDM did, and then seeing I think Ian can stop those takedowns as well. I used to think that was I thought that was JDM's so good to stuff Bilal's takedowns, but now I think maybe you just got to have some basic takedown defense and you can stop him. And not be Wonderboy who Belal took down, and because Burns could stop them all. And I just think there's levels to the grappling, and now I see I more normalize JDM's win and see it as this amazing heroic feat that it was in my mind when it first happened. But yeah, I think that'd be good. If Ian Gary wins, he kind of might get the shot against Makhachev. He'd sell it annoyingly, but he would sell it.
That'd be a great fight too. I love that. That's where I feel like when you have a champion from a different division come into a different division, I think it brings like fresh matchups. Like we're seeing a fresh